All right, we're cutting it short today because I'm late. Let's get to it. Lots to talk about. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully you made some money. I think I did all right. I should probably look at that. I did a lot of trades. I just posted them to X and Discord. I think I got all of them in there. I'll double check later. But I did a lot of trading. A lot. Let me just drag this over real quick. 1 second here. So I think up about it, maybe 110, 120 today, all in all. Sold some hood up over, at some points, 37 to 40%. And then also sold some MSTX today. Kept the PayPal, sitting really good on PayPal. I think I'm down anywhere from 2 to 1% for the overall trade, which blows my mind. Yeah, Palantir's up too. Everything is up. We got Hood up almost 10% at close. We got Palantir at 6.5. We've got MicroStrategy at 3.28. Glad I sold some of that earlier. I was able to capitalize on that with MSTX at close to 10% gains on the day. I'm wondering too, I got to say, guys, with MicroStrategy, if we just look over here at the tracker, let's see what we're at right now. These are about the times where I like to take my profits, or at least start to. We're sitting at 2.48, which is right over here. Now, we could go higher. We could definitely go higher if you look over here. But still, this is a pretty decent range. And if we get up in the 3 range, usually that's the time where you're not going to get more opportunities like that. So, I don't know. I think it was a good time to take a little bit of profit. NVIDIA up 4%. Is that what it ended with today? Let's look at the heat map real quick. It's been a crazy day. I frankly have just been in a wonderful mood the entire fucking day. Okay? It's been hard not to be with all the money that I'm making. But NVIDIA, yeah, up 4%. What is the market cap on this thing now? I mean, my God. Let's just pull up NVIDIA super fast. This has just got to be, what are we at? It's got to be 3.4 trillion? I don't even know anymore. Let's see. It's got to be a huge number. All right, what are we at here? 3.26. That's pretty good. But here, look at this. It's hitting fib. It's hitting the .618 fib. It's hitting it strong. Boy, what do you want to bet earnings send this thing higher? In all honesty. Like, that's going to happen. And it's going to be sweet. Actually, let's see. Let's just drag this up to the all-time high. I don't really care. Yeah, okay, right there. There we go. So, NVIDIA looks great. We talked about how it back-tested. All this is good. Everything is good, guys. Everything is good. We're making so much money. Here, let me just make sure the heater is turned down in my house. Ionic is up 5.26. I still don't like that one. But I'm happy for anybody who's got NVIDIA. I just don't know if I like the Ionic one. It's just not, I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me. But, again, I've got a certain formula. Other people have a different one. All right, good. Now the heat is turned down. Now I can bear with this. So this is better. So much to look at. Where do we even start? I did some posts that I indicated that the fear and greed index. Let me actually just hop over here real quick. Let's jump into U.S. economy and start there. And we got a lot to look at. So one, again, this is just an example of a road in North Carolina. There are spots that are much worse than this, but can you imagine this? This road is basically gone and you're building an entire new road again. And there's huge swaths of North Carolina that are like this because the roads are also kind of where the creeks run off the mountains. So they're just gone. Almost all, like there's so many gone. It's just insane. Also, oil prices sink on worries over Chinese demand. I agree with that. I think that's probably the main key, right? So if we look at oil today, again, there's less fear in the Middle East, but this thing dropped 4.5%, almost flushed down to the 200 moving average on the monthly time frame. This got slammed, and I said that hey, we're getting near the first layer of resistance up here, and that we could get rejected at it, but we're getting rejected hard. And I think some people are finally waking up to the fact that the Chinese trade is not a good one. Now that's not going to be everybody, and that doesn't mean we're not going to have another wave of it being the trade. It just means that it's not going to be very much, and it's going to be for shorter and shorter periods of time. And I hope people realize that. If we just look at HSI, the Hang Seng Index, there's a few indices you could look at. But again, this thing just got slammed. Look at that. Look at that. So this thing went up in a very short period of time. This entire indices went up. Let's just look here from August. This is like a month and a half, okay? Or that says July. I'm sorry, July 29th. Whatever. It's like, let's say over 2 months, just a hair over 2 months. This entire indice, large ass indice, went up 41% and saw numbers that, again, going back to a very long time ago. So this was a pretty wicked move. And now it's been flushed down hard, very hard. This lets anybody who's like a serious trader or investor know that there's some oscillation they could work off of. But this is not a good trend at all. Doesn't mean it can't go higher. I mean, there's always going to be a sucker. There's a sucker born every day. So people that don't do their homework, they'll think that this is the next big trade. They won't know anything about China, and they'll get fucked. But I wouldn't be in this at all. I don't think this is a good trade. And I do think that, again, the reason why oil took that big dive today, back to my point, is this. I think it was this. It's because China's taken a dump and smart people realize that this is just a shitty investment. Why? Because, I mean, we're at prices from January of 2007 before the great financial crisis. It's not a good investment. And it wouldn't surprise me at all if we're back down to levels from the dot-com bubble. And it wouldn't surprise me at all if we go back to levels from the 90s when I was finishing high school. Well, I never finished high school, but whatever. If I would have finished high school, 1996. But, yeah. So, like, this is not a good trade. That's the last time. I just got to beat it dead real good so that you guys understand that. Let's look at some economic data real quick. So, let's see. That's Canadian exports and imports. I don't really care much about those. We did get ours, though, and I talked about this earlier. The balance of trade was slightly better than expected. That's good. We want less dependency on trade from overseas. We do want exports to increase, though, and we did see that we outperformed forecast on exports and the previous, which is good. We want to see growth in those. Imports actually came in just a hair above forecast and lower than the previous. So that's good, too. We want to slow down imports. We want to slow down our dependencies from overseas, and we want to be exporting more goods from the United States. That's the way it should be. We're resource rich, and we have autonomy, robotics, and some of the most brilliant minds across the world in Silicon Valley and everywhere around in our tech sector. So there's no reason why we can't end up developing things at low cost in this country to ship out to the rest of the world. That should be the plan. Redbook year over year was 5.4%. It was slightly better than the previous reading a week ago. That's a good thing. The RCM TIP Economic Optimism Index came in at 46.9. It was consensus supposed to be at 47.2 and then 48 for forecast. So that was a little lower than expectations, but still not a bad number. Oh, I didn't even notice this. I forgot about industrial Argentinian production here year over year. So I said that this could still be a low number, but we might start seeing a rebound. Let's take a look. This is exciting. I haven't even looked at this yet. Jesse, what kind of watch are you rocking? I don't even know. It's cheap. It just looks expensive. It's a Bulova something. Yeah, Bulova. It's only I think it's like $400 on sale or something. I don't know. Look it up. Let me know. I got a bunch of watches though. I got a smartwatch I just got. I should probably put this on. I've got like 10 watches, but I don't like real watches because the batteries always die, and I never want to I never look at it for the time. It's really just like an appendage that's not needed. So I probably don't really need to have them anymore. But if you look here, yeah, August of 2024, negative 6.9%. But again, we got an impulse from June to July. The real question is, can these guys start bringing that up again? And I think they can. They've had major issues with industrial production. You can see back over here since April of 2021, after the surge from the pandemic, they've just been going down and down and down. This is our real first impulse higher with a slight back test. I think it's going to get better. Again, these guys are working through a slew of problems, just rebalancing. Oh, and I got to say, I got to segue into this while we're here, real quickly, because this is a good illustration from what I wanted to talk about. So I did find another person that I like, Frederick Naman, Argentina. So Friedrich, I don't know what the fuck it is. Anyway, the posts are good. And so I've started to look through this. I'm trying to do a deeper dive and analysis on Argentina. So I'm trying to find good sources for it. I think I'm finding them. But he said, policy paper, Achievements and Obstacles in the Economy of Argentina by Ivan Kachansky. Ugh. How did the government manage to go from a deficit of 4.4% of GDP in 2023 to a cumulative 6 months deficit of 0.4? That's amazing over that time frame. That's like, this is fucking amazing. Let's just put this, the math is amazing. It says the answer is to this question is that the government expenditures plummeted while revenues also declined, but to a lesser extent. This is how you basically cauterize the wound of inflation. It's not easy. But he eliminated a massive amount, like a Elon Musk amount of government. And in doing so, he's made it to where revenues are declining, but when your business expenses are declining at a much faster rate than your revenues, then it doesn't really matter. And it's positive for this country, and that is what's happening. And I'm very excited about that. I think that's a wonderful thing. Look at this. Look at what happened, guys. Look at these numbers down here, and just how insane they were for these deficits, and then look at where they are right now. This is just fucking amazing. There's a real story here, which is why I bought more ARGT today, a small amount, like $5,000-$6,000. But I will be stacking that, like I've said many times before. I'm excited about it. I'm going to work hard for it. So I believe this is a great emerging market play, and I talked about that a little bit. I'll scroll down through this. I think I threw it in here. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Maybe I didn't. What's that? Nope. Of course I can't find it. You know, sorting bookmarks is like the worst part. I really got to find a good tool that makes that process easier. Maybe I put it in here. No. Oh yeah, right here. Perfect. So I talked about this earlier. It just shows emerging market equities at the lowest amount versus U.S. equities since 1969. So before the inflation of the 70s. So in relation, we could see a big bump up in valuations for some of the things across these markets. And I think Argentina could be a leader in that in the decades ahead. So again, just very excited about that particular investment. I do believe, so economic data, I think that was the big stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much the big stuff. I don't really care so much about Canada. Canada's a mess. Let's just leave it at that. All right. We'll go over to Bitcoin. Let me run through the indices. So again, the heat map looked good, right? Like we don't see anything too crazy here. A little bit of red. Energy and minerals doing bad. China doing bad. Energy doing bad. Oil price going down, right? Like it's not the great commodity boom. Remember when I told you that Lynn Alden was wrong about China? I just did a post a little bit ago. I was like, hey, Lynn Alden's in this. She's great. She's brilliant. Really good information and analysis, but don't listen to her about China. Well, that's true. And part of her thesis, a big part that's problematic right now, is that she's very much long commodities, and I don't think that's the winning play right now. So, and I think we could see that right here, right? Does that seem like a winning play? Any of this, guys? You guys see winning play here? I'm going to say no. All right, but yeah, everything else doing really great, and that makes us happy because when I can rebalance and just do a shit ton of trades, and I did do a lot. I don't know how much I ended up posting, but I did a lot of trades. So look for that in the Discord. Look for it here on X. The Discord's probably the easier place to find it right now. And here I'll show you guys one more time. I'm going to stop showing all this stuff. I'm going to keep things in their particular segments in the future. But again, you can see where I sold MicroStrategy. I think it was up 8 on average, maybe 8.5 to 9.5%. on the day. I also sold hood calls anywhere from like 30% to upper 30, so probably an average of 35% on the day, which was not shitty at all. I mean, that was pretty cool. I sold a couple of lots of that. And then I bought some ARGT. I bought some iron. I bought more iron. I bought more iron. I bought BITX. I sold some MSTX at a good multiple, again, like that 10% level. And then I sold some hood again up here. So, and then I bought BITX and Micron. So I've been busy. I've been busy just reallocating and rebalancing some of my portfolio to what I believe will be better forward looking. So very excited about it today. Let me check out chat. Yeah, let's get through it though. So we got the stock heat map. We got Bitcoin. Bitcoin was falling today. I think that's perfectly okay. I actually think it's a good thing. I don't even know if we can get down to the 58 level. I really hope we do though, because at the rate I'm doing with all this other stuff, I think it's going to be a moneymaker. Mike Lauk says Mercado Libre is like 25% of the ARGT fund, I believe. Yep, it's a good investment too. So I don't know if it's that exact allocation. I'd have to look it up. I should probably do that as a follow-up. I should tell you guys what that is. I should do that right away, actually. So I will work on that. That is a future thing. I'm going to work on that. But yeah, so with Bitcoin, I still see this. I still see the potential, and maybe I should just draw it like this. I see the potential of this in the not too distant future, a massive rebound. And so I want it to go down. I've done well on MSTX. Again, I locked in a lot of gains, guys. I'm not sure exactly how many, but I still have 23,000 in gains here, and I sold a bunch of lots. So I'm doing pretty good. I've locked in probably over 30 grand in gains on MSTX or something close to it. So that's been a fun trade over the last week. Again, this is like I just took this out of MicroStrategy and put it in a multiplier, and it's treating me really good. So I'm not upset about that at all. And I do think Tesla is going to take off soon. But yeah. So the allotments, I've got a lot more iron now. I'm up to about 40K, so it's getting bigger. It's a better sample size. And I didn't get to adding to CleanSpark today, but that's on the list. CleanSpark and ArcG, I think, are still on my list. I just want to keep allocating as much to Bitcoin as possible. And CleanSpark is a decent multiplier. It just didn't drop enough today. If I look over here, it was only down 1.48%. That's just not enough. It's down 23% overall, which is pretty good for the 2026s, but I would rather have it go lower. I do want to get this over 200K, though, at a lower level. So I need to get to work. I need to get to adding there. All right, let's get over here. So we got the economic calendar done. We're on to Bitcoin. I showed you what Bitcoin looks like. And again, MicroStrategy, the clear winner today. I'll actually just do this. I'll show you a couple things. So I'll show you that we started a breakout. Fascinatingly though, we're underneath the breakout zone. So again, we could be breaking out of it soon. We could retrace for a second, maybe do a handle on this. This kind of already does look like a W bottom though. It looks like W. And so this could just be a measured move, again, that kind of closes up this 287 range. So I'll be selling more on the way there. Maybe MSTX is run out, but here's what I don't think is run out. Here's what I think is running next. Maybe I should voice it that way. I think that I think Tesla is going to be running soon, whether it's after the event or before. It's only up 1.54% today. I only made 26K off of it, but I think it can go a lot higher. Again, I've added to this position during the drop. Only 3 contracts, I think, but whatever. Between this and my other account, I've got over 190 something. So it's a lot. It's well over $1 million. So I'm very excited about that. I think that's going to run still. I think Bitcoin will run. It might just not run right away. I still think PayPal is going to run. I think SoFi could run. Again, I don't have options on that one. I think ArcG will eventually, but I think the big ones to run over the short term are probably going to be PayPal and Hood. For me, the ones that will give the best multiplier and that aren't Bitcoin dependent. And Tesla, those 3. Hood, PayPal, Tesla. Those are the ones I'm looking for. I hope they run hard while Bitcoin is sucking. That's my hope. So when I'm looking at Bitcoin, guys, remember this. Let me pull it up. I want it to go down. I don't know if I want MicroStrategy to go down. That can go up, but I want this to go down to about here at 58, 57. And it doesn't have to do that, but I would love that because it'll just give me more, okay? Just give me more buying opportunity, which is what I really want. Kevin, yeah, CleanSpark is a tough hold. Bitcoin's a tough hold, man. Is this your first time? I'm willing to bet, Kevin, this is your first time. And if for cycles, I mean. And if it's not, whatever. I mean, some people take longer to get there. But CleanSpark is a multiplier. It got as high as 6x what Bitcoin was doing for performance. So people really overbought it, along with a bunch of miners. Really, a lot of them got brutalized. But this pattern that's happening right now is getting ready to explode higher with Bitcoin. And again, if you like the idea of very large gains over a short period of time, again, like it says from here, 234% if I'm looking at this right. But that's not bad at all. That'll give you a wonderful return. And I think that 234% could happen very quickly. And again, that's something where it was an even bigger number earlier. But with that 2x multiple with the options, it's even nicer. And that's like, I expect this by the end of the year. If I get 450% off of CleanSpark, especially if I have over 200K in it, will be awesome. I'll take, over $1 million in gains just off of CleanSpark alone. That would be sweet. I wouldn't hate it. But you have to be patient. If this is your first time, you just have to be patient, bro. I know it sucks to hear that, but just do all the research you can to make sure that you understand and you're on the same page that I am. Or that you have a strong enough thesis to feel confident about what you're doing. Just do that and you're going to be fine. All right, let's keep going. Let's see here. Alejandro, please and thank you. Lowe's 94, patience, Kevin. I agree. Attila, does MSTX lever the same way as BITX? No, slightly different. I would say I look at BITX as a multiplier to Bitcoin, but I almost feel like MSTR is like a slightly larger multiplier, and it's going to have more swing. But they don't go at the same time. That's actually what's so fucking beautiful about them. I almost need to do a comparison between these. I think I do. So just look up here. So today BITX was down 3.68%. It was worse than that at one point. And it was worse with that while I was selling MSTX up almost 10% on the day. So MSTX, let's say up 9.5%, BITX down over 4%. That's sweet, right? Like that, they call that arbitrage. Like they're not operating, a form of arbitrage where they're not operating at the exact same level as Bitcoin. They're going in opposite directions for a given day or a longer period of time. So you can, if you have a tax advantage account where you're not getting taxed on each trade, you could just take a little bit out of MSTX like I did today and then move a little bit into BITX, another multiplier that will probably outperform maybe even tomorrow. Or again, it just operates at a less multiple. So if you think Bitcoin's going to still go down, shave some of those wicked gains off of MSTX, move them over to BITX. And then if Bitcoin does go down, it's not going to go down at that high multiple of the MSTX because it's already started to fall if nothing else. And so you can, you can buy that dip. And maybe if it dips really hard, you just go back into MSTX again. But you can arbitrage back and forth between them. If you have a tax advantage account, I would not do it in one that is not. All right, let's keep rocking. We got lots to go over. Let's get deeper into the Bitcoin part. Year-to-date returns, Bitcoin continues to deliver alt season soon. So this says from RR2 Capital, Bitcoin up 49.2% for as of October 7th per NYDIG and Bloomberg. And volatility was giving people 34.4, so Bitcoin far outperforming. And again, I showed you a variation of this the other day. It's a little bit different though, different time frame, so it's even better now. But sector equities, utilities were next. Silver was next. Growth, large cap equities, gold, communication services, large cap equities, core, financials, and NASDAQ came in next. But the thing I wanted to show you here is that Bitcoin is first. It is by far first. And it will be that way for a while. And eventually, I think there's going to be a peak in Bitcoin, and then other companies like Tesla and some others might still be the longer-term opportunity that you would keep your risk in, along with hedging opportunities. But again, I think it's really great, and you should own it. Invest Answers. Standard Chartered's Jeff Kendrick predicts Solana's price could increase fivefold by the end of 2025 if Donald Trump wins the U.S. presidential election. So 5x. I actually think that's a little low. I think it could do better. Especially if it's really the Ethereum killer. We'll see. If Kamala Harris becomes president, Kendrick expects Bitcoin to outperform Ethereum, which would outperform Solana. So he's expecting underperformance with Kamala as the president. I could see that. I could see them hindering additional altcoins from being able to enter the market. They know they can't fuck with Bitcoin right now. So I could see that. That's probably true. Kendrick believes a Trump administration would be more supportive of the Solana ecosystem, making Solana ETF more likely. Kendrick notes Solana Firedancer throughput increases 100 to 400x could help establish dominance across multiple sectors like finance, consumer services, and decentralized physical infrastructure. I agree with everything he just said. So I do agree. I think these guys are right on their viewpoint of how the presidency could be different under Kamala or under Trump. And it's just food for thought, right? Food for thought. All right, Jack Mullers. He's talking about Satoshi Nakamoto, and I like what he has to say. He's a deep dude. I love all these guys, and it's very thoughtful. And anytime Jack speaks, even though I don't like his current haircut at all, I'm gonna listen to him. So let's take 3 minutes and do that.
Satoshi Nakamoto asked for one thing from all of us, and that was to be left anonymous. That's it. This person did not ask for monetary compensation. They didn't want a Nobel Peace Prize. They didn't want to be listed on the Forbes list. They reiterated over and over and over again, they just wanted to be left alone. And so for all of us that have benefited tremendously from this invention, or those that maybe haven't had as much an interest as those that are on this podcast or listen to this podcast, still just the decency of being a human, to honor and acknowledge that one request and just leave the person alone. So out of respect for the person that could have changed my life the most of anyone ever, I will not entertain doxing them and violating their one request, period. It does not get any more fiat.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. I don't think it helps the ecosystem. And unless it's like the NSA that developed it, I don't give a fuck. Leave them alone. I 100% agree with Jack on this. Leave Satoshi alone. None of us need to try and figure out who he is. We just need to be grateful. Again, as long as it's not the NSA, in which case, fuck them. I'm kidding. It's not, but whatever. All right, Titan of Crypto. Bitcoin breakout around the corner. BTC is gearing up for a move higher soon. Again, just another way to weigh it all, right? Just another way to weigh it all. He's using down here on his RSI, MACD, he's showing the lines and when they cross and what happens with price action over the given time frame that he's selected. It looks like it's on the weekly. And it's Bitcoin against the US dollar, it says. Pairing to the US dollar. My brain isn't working. But this is a good way to look at it. It's probably very accurate. And I like what he's looking at for low targets. I think that's accurate too, at least for the next leg. And then maybe we take another breather and then we go into a parabolic move. And maybe maybe the next leg is anywhere between 92 and 120. And then we take a breather in that range. And then we really go fucking parabolic into next, like middle to end of next year, middle to like 3/4. I believe that's exactly what's going to happen. Mr. Crypto said, these 4 individuals will send Bitcoin to 100,000. I agree with that. I think the combination of Trump and our Fed chairman and the head of BlackRock and Michael Saylor is a wicked combination, along with a bunch of others. But I think that can happen, and I think that's likely to happen. From what I can see, I mean, anything can still happen. The probabilities are maybe like 60-40 right now that Trump wins, I think. I think he wins at a much higher rate, but gets to take the presidency. Anyway, Bitcoin news. MicroStrategy holds more Bitcoin than the U.S. government. Huh. Isn't that amazing? Let's look at this real quick. So we got MicroStrategy, and then we've got the U.S. government, and then China. So China's even lower than the U.S. government. But here's what I want to note. This is what I want to note. I think this is super fucking important. Most of this Bitcoin on this list is in America. I think that means something, okay? I think that's very, very, very important. The iShare Bitcoin Trust, the Grayscale, Fidelity, all these ETFs in here that are green, America. Up here in the pink, America. MicroStrategy, America. A lot of this Wrap BTC, America, okay? A lot of this Mt. Gox, some Block One, Zappo, America. There's a decent amount of America in all this. We have a lot of control when it comes to like government entities, ETFs, publicly traded companies, private individuals, private companies. We have a massive amount of control over the Bitcoin network compared to countries like China. And I think that is going to be a great thing for us in the future. Again, China was stupid enough to think that when everybody was moving to the gold standard, that the silver standard was going to be it. And so they had all their money in silver. And that was during the time, I think around the time of Chairman Mao. And so they suffered greatly, right? They suffered greatly from being on the wrong currency. I think they're doing it again. I've said that for a very long time, but I think they're doing it again. And that's going to suck for them. Let's keep going. I will get back to comments in a second, guys. Thank you very much. BC game bonus, whoever the fuck that is. I said this between now and the end of the year. So I believe I like the chart, and I think he's spot on. I think this is what happens. I like the target, too, because he's getting us right up around to 92. He's probably doing that in a different way than I do with trend-based fib extension and a number of other metrics, but it doesn't really matter. We're getting to the same place, and that's what I see. So if you like this over here, just be patient for like a month. It might not even be that long, but just be patient. Don't be impatient here at the finish line. Don't let your emotions control what's going to happen with you in the next year, okay? I don't recommend that to anybody. It sucks when you let your emotions control your future, no matter how you do it. So don't do it with this. Cointelegraph, latest Hong Kong to license more crypto exchanges by year end. The Securities and Futures Commission plans to issue licenses to 11 crypto firms awaiting registration. That's because people want to desperately get their fucking money out of China, and China wants to desperately get some fucking money into China. So they're thinking if they open up this exchange, they'll be able to get more money flows coming in than out. I don't know if it's going to work that way. Maybe they'll try and control it to where it does. Maybe it's just literally a honeypot. Put your money in here. We'll keep it. It could be that. So, but either way, it's more money heading into Bitcoin, our favorite asset class. All right, Watcher.guru said, just in, Crypto.com files lawsuit against the SEC to protect the future of crypto in the USA. I think that's kind of cool. I think that's kind of cool that the SEC is on the run as of late. They don't win anything, and they got everybody going after them. We've got Bitcoin Amsterdam coming. That's kind of cool, even though whoever is running this fucking camera, bro, slow the fuck down. Do something else. This is horrible. Ugh, that hurts. That's painful. All right, let's keep going. What the fuck was that? Yeah, let's keep going. All right, so another one here. I said, it makes sense that Bitcoin is seeing an influx of new BTC whales because older whales are already very rich and have been hodling for a long time, and most of them are not Michael Saylor. And all this is showing is like new whales versus old whales, and look at the amount of control that new whales are getting. And a lot of this, some of these whales are ETFs too. So when you hear the term whale, don't just think whale, think distribution into a more normal structure of an investment, right? Like that's what it is. These you're seeing ETF inflows, you're seeing all these things that really fit into the normal ecosystem, but it's them adapting to us, not us adapting to them. I think that's the important part. And this is good. This is healthy for the ecosystem. You want to see rotation, okay? And then I showed this one earlier, but I said me right now, regardless of what Bitcoin does in the next few weeks. And I'm not going to lie. This is it's not literally me, but it's me. You can see it in my trades today. I'm gobbling this shit up, right? I hope you guys are doing the same. Chili Fart, thank you for your contribution. From Chili Farter is his handle. And then some really weird imagery. Okay, thanks, buddy. You do you, bro. All right, let's keep going. Oh, we got that one already. All right, so we're done with that. That looks pretty good. And I did do a post earlier. It was about this. I'll just show you. But essentially, I was pointing out that over here, throughout these times, we've had higher points. Like over here. It's hard to see the way they do this. Here, all of this, months and months and months. And then like another month over here. So we have periods where we can go overbought for a long period of time. I actually think we're getting ready to go into one of those right now, even if it's only for a week or two. I think that could happen. Now, I think prominent theory from a lot of very smart people that I respect is that we're going to go down because we went up in September. And maybe that happens. I don't care. You know me. I'm just rotating out of things that are doing like really good now into things that I think are going to do really good in the future. And that's where I'm headed. So Antonio said, where is Jesse posting the trades? Oh, I post them on X to people that are subscribed on X. You could see it in there. And then I also post under Discord. So if you're subscribed to either one of those, you get them. You definitely get them in a timely fashion on X, because sometimes I forget to put them on Discord because I just spend more time on X. I'm trying to find everything. My primary, so you guys know, my primary objective with time constraints is keeping abreast of everything that's going on and making sure that I have a clear vision that I can communicate to you guys, and then that I'm again communicating what I'm doing. I'm most timely on X with what I'm doing, and I give you the really big pictures on my YouTube and X videos. And then the Discord is a great place to have an archive of all of the posts that I do on X, the videos that I do on YouTube, my trades, portfolio allocation, all of the charts that I have, and everything that we're talking about. Again, we've got shit coins in here. I gotta build that out. I'm gonna do that this week for sure. It's happening. But we have a lot of other stuff in here too, where people have active conversations all the time. So, and you have a resource, you have this repository where over here under the pinned messages, if you're looking at stocks, you could just, if my scroll works, you just go to end phase and then, oh, shitty example. I don't think I have one here. Oh, no, I do. Okay. I didn't label it well though. I need to do that. But you can click on the pin over here and then you're looking at the chart for that. I've got to relabel some of these. And then you're also seeing what dialogue people have. Like Watt Chain Trader does a good job talking about a lot of these different stocks. There's a number of people in here that do a great job. Tommy's in here too. So you get a lot more than just me. You get an awesome community. So you can get it one of those two ways. Okay. All right. Moving on. What was I doing? I want to go over a few other things too. Let me roll through the list. I haven't done this yet. We're going to do this fast. So S&P again bounced beautifully off the .618. I think it's getting ready to roll up. I said that yesterday. That appears to be what it's doing. The NASDAQ, and so that was up almost 1%. The NASDAQ's up way better than that, 1.55%. Again, still the stronger index right now and looking beautiful. Let's see how the Russell did. I don't think people were dialing too far down the risk curve yet, but that's okay. We're still just kind of doing this back test, but we're going to be launching here soon too. So that's good. So NASDAQ was the winner today. The dollar today had a little bit of a respite. It looks like, it fell 0.003, which is 0%. Again, rejecting off of previous support, turning into new resistance. And I think it might just reject off of it. It feels like it could climb up here to the 103, but I'm going to update this because I think what actually is going to happen is I think we're just going to drop. I think it's time for the markets to go up. Consensus trade to me right now is that October isn't going to be as good because people are so worried about what's going on between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump and just other stuff, but mostly the election. But I think despite what both sides think, unless there's an overwhelming majority for the House and Senate, it's going to be a nothing burger for the next couple of years, where they just won't have enough power to be able to do any of the major things they talk about doing. So I think Trump stands the greatest chance of winning the Senate and the House, and then potentially, winning the presidency too. I think he would win it actually today, but I don't know if they'll give it to him. So I'm operating. That's where I am right now in my headspace for the thesis. But I think the dollar continues to roll over, and I think that everything does really good no matter what. And maybe the market is starting to realize that, but does really good under Trump. So that's my thesis and what I'm thinking right now. Gold, boring as fuck. It is falling, and I love that. You know why I love that? What have I said for the last several weeks? I've said there's going to be a time where gold retraces. And when that happens, you're going to start to see Bitcoin to go up because it's its turn, right? Just like how I've been saying about how MicroStrategy is having its turn right now for Bitcoin-related investments. It's doing better than Bitcoin. You can't hate that. But those times are usually short-lived. Eventually, Michael Saylor comes in there. He dilutes the stock. He buys more Bitcoin with it. And you take a haircut for a period of time, right? But I think this kind of thing is happening here. I think people are taking haircuts on what was a really wicked and epic run. You got to realize if we go back 13 years ago, that is the amount of return we just made since April for gold. So you could go back 13 years, and that's how much we're up from that peak. But also, we just made that amount since April. So for gold people, they're like fucking rich right now. They're looking around and they're like feeling, what is it, the Mayans or the Aztecs? I don't remember. Some of you were as old as me might remember a cartoon too. I can't even remember what it was called anymore. It was like Temple of the something. I don't know. It had like whatever. Anyway, I digress. But my whole point is they feel like that right now. They feel like badasses that are super fucking rich, right? So they're rotating out of this and they're rotating into what they believe is going to rise next, and that is Bitcoin related investments and a handful of other things like equities. So they've got this divergence. We talked about it earlier. So I think it's going down, and I think it's contributing to what we will see for upside price action in Bitcoin very soon. The MOVE index, that's the bond volatility index. It actually today, it looks like, I don't know, did it go up? It looks like it went up to me, but that's on the monthly. I should dial this back. That's probably going to help. Yeah, no, it looks like it went up just a little bit. Or no, it was flat today. Yesterday was the big move. Yesterday was a big move. And again, on the daily, we're actually to the overbought territory on this. So probably taking a breather, I would guess, on the bond volatility index, and we should see this chill out. All right, I'm going to keep rolling here, and then I'll get to questions. You guys keep chatting amongst yourselves. If nothing else, you guys can have a good dialogue while I rant. All right, so two-year yield was down 0.93%. That's healthy. We want to see that. Maybe I should put this here. I'll just adjust it just a little bit. So we want to see that. We want to see us kind of dredging over here and eventually rolling over and crashing down. It means good stuff for the stocks. I'm going to look at the VIX super fast, and then we'll look into other investments real quick, and then I'll get to chat. So we'll try and make this as efficient as possible. It's 3:47 right now. I started a little late. Not doing too bad on time. So the VIX was up today. Decent amount. Or I'm sorry, down today from a really high spike yesterday. This is the monthly again, so it kind of makes things look weird. But if we dial back to the weekly, you can see how it's coming down. I just don't see us reaching this 66 range anytime soon. So I think the VIX is pretty overextended. I do want to look at the put-call ratio real quick. I want to just jump to that. And just say, yeah, this does operate on a day delay. And again, we're doing what I said we were going to do. We're going to trend down. We're going to trend down for a long period of time. And maybe this line, the impulse is big, but maybe the line is better drawn like this. It's still steeper than all these others. So you get the gist, right? But maybe the line is better drawn like this. But here's what I could see happening going all the way out to 2026, which is right over here, is just the amount of people that are hedging against risk going down, just like how I expect gold, to kind of retrace. So, City of Gold, El Dorado. Thank you, Mark Bentley. Thank you. Lost Cities. You guys are great. These are all good. Yes. Thank you guys very much. That's it. Oh, God, now I want to watch it. Probably doesn't hold up, though, so we'll skip it. But thank you very much for that. All right, put call ratio, but yeah, so I expect this to just trend, like just do something like this, and maybe it does it, maybe it's a little more gradual, maybe it's something like this, where it just kind of grinds up and down, and it does that for a year and a half, while global liquidity expands and everybody gets rich. At least the people that are invested, right? The people that understand rotation and understand what to buy. So, and I think we're those people. I'm pretty sure we are. MicroStrategy, again, did really well. And I showed this a little bit earlier. It did close underneath the fib. What I wanted to jump into here real quick was the miners. And just click on this and then sort it and just show you how bad they did today versus MicroStrategy. And my buddy Caleb, he's singing a bunch of victory laps on MicroStrategy, talking about how it's outperformed everything for like 12 months. And all of these things are true, right? But you can't just say because that's happened, that's what's going to keep happening. This same kind of shit happened in the previous cycles too, guys. And you know what it means in the end? It simply means that it will outperform for a while and then it won't. Like, look at Wolf here. You couldn't be a mirror opposite position right now between what Wolf has done in the last month and what MicroStrategy has done. So everybody that was just YOLOing into Wolf because it was running the most just got fucked right now. And now Wolf is dropping like crazy and MicroStrategy's going up. But you see all these are underperforming. CleanSpark is the best performer. It's the one that could hang with MicroStrategy last time. And look at how low it is right now. I definitely want to add more to that. If I want to get over 200,000 for sure. If I could get to 250,000, I might even do that. But I just want to do it over a slower period of time. This is why I hope Bitcoin falls. But if you just look here, again, that underperformance in CleanSpark was dramatic since April. And that's why people are hurting, right? Because that was the one that dropped the most from that time frame. Now, if you own Mara dropped from like March. So that's been pretty painful too. That's like second shittiest. And then again, you've got some others in here too. But the most painful plays were CleanSpark and Mara. Some of the other miners, some of even the shitty ones, they've done pretty good recently. but they all will roll up, guys. So don't get all hung up in like the tribalism. I fucking hate tribalism. It's so stupid. It's so retarded. I don't know why people are like, my investment the best. Fuck you. Like, I mean, it makes sense if somebody's talking about Neo and comparing it to Tesla, shut the fuck up. You're stupid, right? But if you're talking about these, they're all basically doing the same shit with variations. Some are more successful at it than others. Others have different narratives. Own them all. Have a basket. It doesn't fucking matter. Everybody will get their turn. It's going to be okay. You don't have to like shit talk each other all the time on Mining Mafia or one of these other sites. You don't need to do that. It doesn't matter, okay? You're going to be fine. So just keep that mentality, or at least that's what I recommend to people who don't want to be, tribalistic and idiots and just arguing all the time for no reason. Just be happy. You're going to get your turn, and it doesn't fucking matter. So like, put your energy somewhere else, man. All right, real quickly. So again, Robinhood, it's the MVP, right? Palantir, definitely a high, like a very shiny silver today. Did a great job. I've said this before. I'll say it again. I said it this morning. I'll summarize it super quick. Palantir can still go up to 46. That's where my peak is. This is the line I've drawn. We're at this parabolic stage right now where with this thing running, it's curling up. And so it could even get to 50. Fuck it. Let's say 50. That would probably be a hard top. But we're getting this kind of curl up. If it goes much beyond that, it's just going to be really, really, really overvalued. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think 46 is the point of rejection. I think so much. I'm going to draw a little box over here, and I'm gonna put my lines where I believe we're peaking. Okay, this is like, I don't know. This isn't showing up too well. It's like the wrong color, but let me change it to red. And whoa, Jesus, that's not good. I need to turn down this opacity too. What is happening here? All right, let me do one of these jobs. Let me do one of these jobs. Maybe a little bit of this. There we go. That doesn't look so bad. So this is what I see happening, right? I see hitting this next fib, the previous all-time high, as the peak. And I probably have another layer of support that kicks in after 50. But I think this is the ceiling. I really believe that. And so I'm drawing a line. And I'm just going to say it is. And we'll see if it proves out to be true. So, but yeah, so I'm not so excited about this. Neo is greater than Tesla.
As the industrial conglomerate announcing plans to spin off its advanced materials.
Must have hit a button or something. Shut up, Joe. All right, let's keep going. I hope you're joking. You better be joking, Joseph. All right, Bitcoin going down. Miners too? I hope so. Fuck, AVP. I hope so, bro. Are they going down right now? That would be great. 62.3? Yeah, maybe. Again, I'm hoping we get down to 56, 57. That's kind of the goal. If I could get $250,000 in CleanSpark and maybe stack onto my MicroStrategy or MSTX play and my BITX and maybe a few others, like maybe more iron too. I'll probably just try and diversify between all of them. But if I can stack, if I could put another $200,000 into those over the next like week, oh, I'd be so happy. That's my game plan. It doesn't have to work out that way, but that's what I'm hoping for. All right, real quickly, let's make sure we don't have anything else. Let's see if I had iron. I had NVIDIA news and iron. Oh, I did post this. I posted what I expect iron to do this cycle. I don't know how easy it is to see here, though, unfortunately. Let me see if I can zoom in. Nope, that only makes it worse. Okay, so essentially, I can't even read it. I'd have to look. I should have put the chart here, too. But I believe it can get anywhere from its previous all-time high this cycle all the way up to the next fib level, which I think is in the 50s. So that's what I'm thinking for iron. So I think it could do quite well. Also, NVIDIA and AI. Let me just look here. So I've got Seth said NVIDIA, be on the look for an upwardly revised price target. I agree with that. I think that's happening. Urkel was talking about the breakout. I think that's happening. Again, he posted that earlier. I retweeted it. We also have on October 2nd, and just the NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang saying that Blackwell is insane. And Microsoft today, I don't know if I got it in here, but they had indicated that they have some of their new chips set up, the H200s, I believe, set up in a server, and that they're like some of the first to get them, and they're super excited about it. I think all of that is great, and I'm very excited about it. I realized I hadn't covered Tesla yet. We need to do that. 69th like. There's 69 likes, guys, with 300 fucking people here. Cool. I'm glad I spent my time doing this for your enjoyment without the likes. Thank you for that. All right, real quickly, though, I wanted to point out with Tesla, Irvine, California Police Department has unveiled its first first in-duty police Cybertruck. That is so fucking kick-ass. It'll be a part of the department's drug abuse resistance DARE unit and can respond to emergencies and assist the community when needed. The truck was outfitted by Upfit Tesla, which is like their kit, Unplugged's kit for their police departments. This is going places. This is going places. Like, look at this thing. It's sick. Admittedly, the music is a little cheesy, but you get it, right? Like, this thing is pretty badass, and it's bulletproof. It's fucking bulletproof. So just remember that. Like, if you're a police officer, of course you're going to want this. There's plenty of demand for the Cybertruck, guys. Tasha Keeney, I love her. She doesn't have any glasses in the photo. She wears really big glasses now. They're almost obscene. And every time, I feel like she gets smarter the bigger her glasses get, but I digress real quickly. She said, excited for 1010, most looking forward to software and app updates for the Tesla Robotaxi platform, while the Cyber Cab should enable a lower cost structure. I don't expect it to be a bottleneck for Robotaxi launch. How will the launch work? My thoughts. And she's got a post in here. I haven't read through it, but I'm going to be reading through that, and I'll probably have some dialogue to throw in later. Let me see how long it is. Yeah, no, this is good. I probably should make a separate video for this. There's a lot of good stuff in here. I'll do that. I'll have a separate dialogue about my thought processing on just Keeney's work. Definitely, I'll do that. Let me see. Tasha Keeney. Follow up. All right. I will work on that. Also, this is so cool. So this is the supercharger that they have, I think, in Los Angeles, and it is just so fucking cool, dude. It's got V4 superchargers everywhere. It's got like this whole place that you can go into. You can get food. You can park here. There's 2 big screens where you can watch movies or whatever, and then at the same time you're charging, and it's super fast charging, and you're getting a bite to eat, and it's like an entertainment depot. This screams so fucking cool. I want one of these in my city. And I think they'll end up doing stuff like this. And just how cool is it hanging out with a bunch of like-minded Tesla people that are just awesome. I love this so much. Zanegler said, or Zanegler? Whatever. He said, trying to post a shortened video of last Saturday's drone flight at the high-volume Tesla Semi factory. This thing's already just fucking coming up quicker than shit, guys. Tesla Semi is getting ready to go into overdrive. Signal, maybe? Tesla plans, or Cam says, Tesla Cybertruck driver narrowly escapes an accident. The 4-wheel steering feature, which shortens maneuvering time and enables quick reactions. It is so great, guys. It's so rare that you be able to drive a car as fast as this, as heavy as this, and then be able to maneuver it like a Porsche. It's fucking crazy. Look at this. Look at that car. Boom. That guy just whipped out of the way. And then look at the tightness of the turn that he took in his Cybertruck. He was able to quickly just flip around and then check on these people. That's badass. Like, these things are so good, guys. They're so good. Let's keep going. Peter Sweden says, this is off of Elon Musk's video, and I 100% agree with it. It's only 40 seconds, so let's let the man himself explain his thoughts on the woke mind virus. Real quick. Again, we do everything Elon on the Tesla segment. You don't like it, I save it for the end. I try to give you liberals a reprieve of sorts.
When you have essentially a decline in religion, an increase in the secular nature.
Oh, my bad. Do it again.
A decline in religion, an increase in the secular nature of society. For most people, they need something to fill that void. And so they adopt a religion. It's not called a religion, but effectively like woke, the woke mind virus. It takes the place of religion.
Yes.
And they internalize it and they feel it with religious fervor.
Yes.
If that doesn't sound like the Free Palestine crew or the transgender people that keep murdering people and school shootings and attack people aggressively around the country, because they're full-grown men and they're trying to pretend like they're women, and they're not. I mean, again, you can dress like a woman. I don't care if you do that. You can do whatever you want to do, man. But if you have a penis, or if you've been born genetically as a man, you're just kind of stuck with that. That's just how it works. Now you can work hard to be transgender and to look like somebody else, but it doesn't make you have a womb. You don't have a vagina. Okay, no matter how hard you try, at least for now. Maybe in the future they can change that for you, but it doesn't work that way now, and I don't even know that it should. Anyway, but all these crazy people, the Free Palestine crowd, all these people that are just violent fervor, and even people that you would think would be rational and normal and have conversations. Elon's not being crazy here. Just listen to him. He's just simply saying that he believes that people with a lack of religion, and again, I'm not religious, but with a void from religion, and that we've definitely done that. When you look at the amount of people that used to go to church and used to identify with Christianity or even other, Buddhism, whatever, you see declines of these religions. The only ones you're really seeing an increase on are the ones that are trying to like dominate the world, like radical Islam, where they're trying to invade other countries and subject people. They're the ones seeing expansion. But so you have radical Islam, and you have people that have this different view of the world because they're drones and listen to mainstream media all the time and only respond to, only look at 10 and 20-second clips of whatever they're seeing on their YouTube shorts or their TikToks or whatever the fuck they're absorbing it from, or just mainstream media because that's all they can handle. They can't actually have like a half an hour long discussion that's intelligent and sourced out well, right? They don't want to do that. It's funny how the mainstream media is supposed to be a source of fucking truth for what's going on in the world, but they're only willing to have a conversation that lasts about 3 minutes and maybe has actual like 30 seconds of real valuable information in it. But they want to be the source of truth for things. And they can't even stand to actually have an intelligent debate and conversation about an interview that Elon spent an hour and a half on. We can't spend 15 or 20 minutes on that topic. Nobody gives a shit. We just want these little quick clickbait shit, but we're supposed to be the source of truth, even though we all work together and listen to what the narrative is from other people that feel the exact same way we do. Or again, a lot of the broadcast agencies are owned by the same people. And so they're literally the exact same messages. You can watch fucking videos where broadcasters all across the United States are saying the exact same fucking thing every day to people. So again, yeah, they're a cult. They're a fucking cult. That's what it is.
And rigidity.
Yes. And they essentially conduct like a holy war, effectively. It's just not called a religion, but it is a religion, sort of a woke holy war. And they're highly resistant to change, as is normal for religions.
And they won't listen to you. They'll just demonize you. They'll talk about all the things that are wrong with Elon Musk, all the things that are wrong with Robert F. Kennedy, all the things that are wrong with all these brilliant fucking people. J.D. Vance, he's brilliant. Vivek, he's brilliant. Tulsi Gabbard, she's brilliant. She destroyed Kamala Harris. That's why she's on a terror watch list right now. They'll take all these people that are brilliant that work with Donald Trump and they'll demonize them. It's really fucking pathetic. And again, you're either on the right side of history or the wrong. I'm with this guy. I don't know about you guys. I don't give a shit what you do. Like, you do you. But I'm going to be on the right side of history. And if you don't like it, that's cool. Tesla. I said Tesla's going to devastate their competition because they can't drop prices. They can drop prices. I said can't. Can drop prices while reducing costs the way, the competition can't drop prices and reduce costs the way Tesla can while increasing output. And Tesla can do all these things. Again, they're building more and more and more of these vehicles, and that ends up helping their margins. And then at the same time, they're reducing COGS and reducing cost along the way. And then they're able to demand a premium because they have software that can give them an extra $7,500. It's pretty fucking awesome. It's pretty great. So Blazer says, I have call options on this guy. Awesome. That's good. If you're talking about Elon Musk, that's real fucking good. That's where you should have your call options. So yeah, but again, like they're going to apply pricing pressure to every other company on earth. All of them are retracting and losing, and Tesla's winning, and that's the signal. That's not the noise. All right, let me get caught up with comments here. I think we're pretty good on that front. We can just watch Bitcoin maybe bleed while we do that. Let's take a look. Get through some shit real quickly here. All right, so Mark says, what do you think about MicroStrategy will top out? I said that a little bit earlier too, I think in the morning show, but whatever. We can pull it up now. I'll just click a button real quick here. And I think we very, very quickly can go to 284. I think between now and the end of the year, we will probably do 391. Overall top out, I think will be something like, I need to draw another line in here, but I think honestly, I think overall top out will be between here and here. That's what I think for MicroStrategy. I think here and here. But it could overshoot. It could go to 1,000. Whatever. That could totally happen. It all depends. Bitcoin can get crazy. But I think that this is probably a realistic range. And then probably by the 550, I would want to be out of MSTX or options. That's what I think. Get out of the multipliers. NEO is greater than Tesla. Yep. All right, moving on from that one. Martin Cohen, what's Gucci fams? I don't know, dude. I don't know what that means, bro. I'm too old. What is the shit you're talking about? Let's see. Shale, Clean Spark will a little more stretch than Slingshot, baby. Yep, that's the attitude. ABP 546, Bitcoin going down, -2. I already responded to that one. Akash 2000 said Clean Spark is my #1 position in my portfolio. The day it starts running, whatever. Dreaming is free, at least. Face, dude, it's gonna do well. I think it's gonna do really well. Marty Cohen, 69th like. Yep. Hopefully there's more now. Come on, people, hit the like button. Thank you. Freedom Options, love the Terminator music. Chris Federal, X has been cleared to return to Brazil per Sawyer. You're shitting me. Ha 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 ha! Elon won? You are fucking shitting me. You're shitting me. What? Brazil. What? Is that true? You lost, bitch. Oh, I love that so much. I love that so much. Thank you, Chris. If you guys have more news I missed today, I've gotten through the news. I'm just getting through comments now. Throw it out there, man. I've been busy today, so if there's anything I'm missing, please tell me. This is so fucking great. I love that X. Look at this. They're losing, guys. The World Economic Forum is losing. The UN is losing. The World Health Organization is losing. X is winning. Elon Musk is winning. Let's help him keep doing that. Okay? Let's help him. Between Bitcoin and Elon Musk and NVIDIA and AI and all this stuff, we can save the world. Let's fucking do that. Donald Trump, let's save the world. Let's fire 80% of government. Let's become lean, mean, and better. Let's be a better version of ourselves, the one we remember when we were younger. Okay, this country was great. And it doesn't matter that there's a bunch of people with different skin colors in this country. That doesn't fucking matter. But what we need to have controllable growth. We need to have people that have like values like us. And I don't care who they fucking are. We just need to meet that criteria, and we need to lower our expenses, and we need to invest in growth and capitalism. If we do those things, we will be a great country. And we have to do it. We have no choice. If we don't do that, I don't want to know what we look like in the future. Michael Schellenberg says, you might think that Brazil's censorship and ban of X has nothing to do with us, but it does. Our government helped pay for it. Now a powerful group of U.S. senators and congressmen are demanding that Biden administration investigate and condemn it and cut off funding. That is fucking awesome. I love this. I love this so much. This is such a great thing. And if Republicans take the House and Senate, they're going to have a lot of control. Even if the election got stolen from him, they'll still have a lot of power to be able to thwart things that are going on. So, again, not an immediate issue for X, but this is super exciting, guys. Super exciting. Oh, I'm so happy about that. And I'm happy for the people of Brazil because they don't have to worry. First, there was like the $8,700 fine, then that disappeared, and now they're just letting it come back. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Imagine if Trump comes back, man. He'll really put the screws to that motherfucker. Good luck in Brazil, asshole. All right, let's keep going. Daniel Dibb says, laughing my ass off. All it has done is fall. What are you talking about? Are you being like short-sighted? Hopefully not. Alex Garcia, Akash 2000 will celebrate, brother. And again, maybe you were talking about something else, but I would just not be short-sighted if that's what you were talking about. Shale, market open tomorrow. Going to say 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, lol. Dude, I am so excited. We have 2 days. 2 fucking days. I'm literally supposed to see Theo Vaughn, and I'm not going to it and giving away my tickets so that I can be there for you guys at Robotaxi Day. Okay? So I'm very excited. Very, very excited. Michael Myers, hit like twice, once for Tesla and once on my phone. Thanks, bro. You're awesome. Akash 2000, Alex Garcia, yeah, need BTC to run like a cheetah, and it will. I just hope it doesn't do it right away. Kamawa, was that with FSD? The truck? I don't think so. They didn't say it was. And it didn't look like it. It looked like they just responded really quickly. Gary Curate, Jesse, can you please look at Apple? Yeah, why not, dude? Let's look at some shit, guys. Let's do it. No, I got to do the PL. All right. Apple looks pretty sweet, you know? How do you like them apples? Looks pretty sweet. I would say this is going to break up and it's going to start going to the .618 at 265.4. But here's the thing. You also have like the China drama, but the technicals tell me it wants to go higher. That's my say on it, on Apple. Rogan Josh, 100%. Disease Kodak, smash the like, guys. AP from X says, what do you think will happen tomorrow to Tesla? I think it'll go up. But we actually have economic data tomorrow, guys. So for the first time in a while. Again, we looked at industrial production? Yeah, we did. Okay. We looked at this, right? Yeah, it's ticked up for its first impulse. Oh, that was so exciting for Argentina. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what India does overnight with their interest rate decision and their cash reserves. I'm going to have to look at that too. More Fed speak tonight. Tomorrow, though. Tomorrow is, we've got MBA, all mortgage data. I don't know if those are going to start climbing yet. We might take a breather. I know interest rates have ticked up just a hair from short-term oscillation, so we'll see what happens. But Mexico, inflation rate. Mexico, core inflation rate. United States, we got a bunch of Feds. We got wholesale inventories. And then we have a bunch more Feds. We have FOMC minutes tomorrow. We have a lot of stuff tomorrow, guys. So it's going to be very interesting to see everything that happens. And it's not like a huge day. Again, a lot of supply stuff. It's really a lot of Fed speak, wholesale inventories, and then what goes on with Mexico with inflation data. But then Thursday is big for us. That's inflation, CPI, jobs, everything. And then Argentina has inflation on Thursday night or Thursday afternoon. That's going to be fun. I'm really glad I'm starting to track more of these. If there's more countries you want me to track from an economic standpoint, let me know, guys. India. Again, what we're going to have on Friday, we're going to have industrial and foreign exchange, manufacturing production. Mexico, we've got industrial production. We got a lot of stuff. Canada, we got PPI information, all kinds of stuff in the U.S. Thursday and Friday are going to be the really big days. But we got a lot of stuff we're tracking. I'm excited about it. Brian Thurm says, BTC could pump. CPI comes in calm or cold. It could. We'll see what happens. I hope... just from a technical aspect, I hope Bitcoin breaks down one more time. You just got to flush out, the people that are just can't hang. You got to flush them out. And I think one more flush would get them scared enough where they'd just be gone. So I like that. I think that's probably going to happen. I hope. Let's see here. Chris Federal, 100, 100, 100. Kamawa, please review GRRR. GRRR. Let's do it. Grr. All right, here is Gorilla Technology. I should have went like, ooh. But I need to fix the volume profile. It looks so fucked up here. Is this running at like 1500, I hope? Oh, no, it's like, it needs to be not pretty. Better. Not as crazy. Okay, good. So we're on peak volume. Looks nice, clean. We could run up to like the 530 range pretty quickly, I think. But what are the financials? So we do have this. On the weekly time frame, look at all this divergence to the upside. I won't draw it perfectly, but I'll just show you, right? Like that's what's happening, right? This is what's happening, just up, and away. Now, in regard to the MACD, we have been starting to see that, again, kind of converge and try and go up. It's really hard to look at this in the weekly right now, though. Might even have to drop back to the daily. But whole point, if I can expand it enough, is that you can start to see us pulling in the other direction, and we bounced off these lines. So that looks good. So it looks like we want to climb higher. Let's look at it at a financial aspect, though, just to make sure that it's a good investment. I can't remember off the top of my head how much power Gorilla Tech has behind it. Revenue growth 581% year over year. Oh, this is a wild one. So again, 2023 was a huge year. Can anybody tell me why? Can you tell me why? Also, we don't have any Q1 data. I'm not quite sure why. I don't know how they're reporting. It's a $44 million market cap. Enterprise value is 49.2, so it's low. This is only a forward PE of 15.7 or 14.75. What are their estimates going forward? Revenue coming up again. If you get rid of these months right here, you can, I mean, it's a curve. It looks like it's a curve. And again, it looks like some negative EPS for 2 quarters, but then getting positive. That all looks good. And institutional ownership has declined a lot. Why? Again, there's just some oddities here that I don't understand. Why is institutional ownership down so much in a short period of time? Why is short interest climbed back up to 13.3%? Why did they have this massive pump in Q3 of 2023 and Q4, and then now they're back down here but working their way up? Was it just a big order or something? Like, what the hell is going on with this company? Stock-based comp is about 3.36. Again, looking good as long as they can continue this. I'd like to see operating expenses drop. I'd like to see that revenues keep creeping up. It might normalize a little bit lower, but I want to see it going higher. But a forward PE of 14.75 is really good if this company's doing things. I like the fact that they've got some bonds in here. They've got some duration risk, but it's probably not really risk. Again, SG&A. Why was administrative so high this last quarter that they reported at the end of the year? Why don't we have Q1 and Q2? There's just a lot of stuff I don't understand. And again, maybe this is different. Where is this? Taipei? Taiwan? So I just don't know enough about this company. Do you guys know anything about this? I'm interested in it. I just don't know anything about it. I'm going to save the chart and I'm going to share it. I'll get this added to my list. But I just don't understand it. If you guys can help me understand it, that would be great. We need Elon like president of the USA. I wish it worked that way. But again, I think even J.D. Vance or Vivek are amazing presidential candidates, both of them. Mr. Monkey, underwhelming news. I'm expecting them to go for food deliveries also, but I expect nothing new. Elon was not born in the USA, a requirement. Yeah, he definitely needs to be born here. Jeff L, thumbs up. Blazer said, I have call options on this guy. I think that was in reference to Elon Musk and we were talking about how cool he was. Disease Kodak, thoughts on Tesla saying, on Elon saying he's fucked if this evil witch becomes president. Yeah, I said that earlier. So if she becomes president and somehow they gain the House and the Senate through like cheating, that's the only way they can win both of those. If they did that, then that would be really bad. And it would mean we're all fucked, not just him. Now, I don't think that's going to happen, so I don't know if he's as fucked because I think there's things they could do executively and judicially to go after him. But I do think that he would be able to fend that off because you'd have to have acts of Congress that would actually move the needle, and I don't see how she can do that. So either way, I think even if she won through cheating, which I think is the only way she can win right now, I don't think she would have enough power. I don't think she can get the House and the Senate. If anything, I think they're going Republican, and I think that ends up benefiting them greatly, or I should say benefiting the Republican side greatly and basically making it to where Elon doesn't have so much risk. He'll have some judicial, but they can't do anything major to him. They can't do like, what is it? Section 230, whatever it is, that one that basically makes it to where they're liable. The repealing of that one legislative thing that makes it to where they're liable if they end up having anybody of the 640 million people that post say something, they can just be sued. It's insane. Anyway, Disease Kodak about this. Akash said true. Disease Kodak, only way she can win is through cheating. I think that way right now. I think that's, from what I'm seeing of the view of the world around us, if I just look at registrations, they're crazy good for Republican side. They're a much larger number. I can actually show you that real quickly too. So I don't believe they can do anything without cheating. It's literally doing what they've kind of telegraphed, getting illegal immigrants to vote for them because they know that they're going to break their way. Because you give them a bunch of money, a place to live, you open the border for them. Who are they going to vote for? They're going to vote for you, right? They're going to vote for their own self-interest, which is why Democrats so hurriedly want them to win, right? Like that's just how it works. Best election points down here. So, and I did talk about this. So again, the 2024 national Trump versus Harris, Biden is winning by 9 points. Harris is only up by 2.1. So if you win, or I should say, if you go back to 2020, Biden, at the same time in history, was up by 9 points. If you look at Harris, she's up by 2.1 right now. And Biden won. He won by a lower margin than that. The final polling was a little bit lower than this, and then he won by an even less number. So Harris right now is technically losing if you look at this. So that's one thing, and that's, again, there's a lot of biased liberal pollsters in here, and she's losing versus what Biden did by a dramatic number, 6.9. That's not good. And then if you look at the Rasmussen numbers, Trump's still leading. Trump is leading. This has changed a little bit with today, but it doesn't really matter. The average still has Trump winning by about 3 points. So that's a lot. And then if we look at Pennsylvania registration stuff, no, it looks like I don't have it in here. I thought I did. Maybe I have it back in one of the others. Really got to work on my bookmarks, guys. But let me see if it's under the Kamala section. No. Let's see if it's under, probably not under the Trump section. I probably just didn't bookmark it. I sucked. Yeah, anyway. But there are tons of registrations where the numbers were like 50% higher for Republican registrations across just a bunch of states in the United States versus Democratic. So I don't think the voting, whether it be illegal or legal immigrants, is something where they're like, here on temporary visas. I don't think it's as high right now as the Democrats were hoping. So again, that tends to, that makes it look like Trump's probably going to win. All right. Mark Bentley. Okay. Thanks. Sorry for being lazy. I knew you had reported that earlier. Disease Codex said, hell yeah, Elon. Akash said, do you think that the October 25th event, Clean Spark, may be the beginning of the rally? Yes, because I think if they get this whole voting thing behind them one way or another, it'll lead us to the end. And I think maybe Clean Spark could drop further. I just want to say that too. If I look at this technical trend, guys, we're under peak volume. We don't have to. On the monthly, it looks better. But if you look on the weekly, this looks like it could roll down over the 100, and it looks kind of like a bear flag. So if Clean Spark, and again, this would be insane if this happened. I can only hope it does. But if Clean Spark dropped even further, let me just see here kind of what the levels would be. We're not quite down to oversold conditions on the RSI. So again, weird shit could happen to Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes to 58, this thing ends up dropping. I'll just do this. I'll just do a measured move to what we saw, and then kind of tag it right here. So maybe Clean Spark does this. God, I would love that. I know none of you want to hear that, and it doesn't have to happen. But if Bitcoin drops to 58, maybe Clean Spark just gets butchered. Here's the deal, though. I would buy this shit all the way down, and if it was down 77%, I would buy the fuck out of that. Like fucking lot. Like a whole bunch, guys. Like so much. Maybe I'll have $400,000 in this play. I'm not even kidding. So I'm not saying that's happening, but I'm saying like this could get weird, and there's a measured move play where it could drop further. And if that happens, again, maybe it's right here. Maybe it's like at the 650 area, which isn't as dramatic, but it's pretty far. I mean, a 73% drop would be insane. And it would flush out a lot of the pansies. So maybe if they get that 600 million and then Bitcoin's sucking and it's down to 58,000, maybe we got something like this. It's just one possibility out of many. All right. Megan L says, Jesse, what do you think about coin? It's just a matter of time. It'll catch up. I think it can. I do want to say this, though. I want to say this real quick. MicroStrategy has how it's got the yield, right? It's got a yield on it because they end up just buying more Bitcoin with shares that they sell on US dollars of their stock. So they take something that can be easily diluted and they buy the hardest asset on earth. And they're a $35 billion market cap. So I really love that play. They have more Bitcoin than America by a large margin. That's pretty fucking awesome. And if we look at coin, I will say this. So it's the biggest ETF holder. I don't know if there's a lot of revenue there. And there's other stuff too. Again, all my shit coins are, well, a lot of them. I can't say all. I've got them on Robinhood too, but a decent amount around there. But here's the problem I have with this one. It's a $41.6 billion company, and they don't have near the Bitcoin that we see with a MicroStrategy. But they do have the potential for revenues to increase a lot, so their financials look better. So yeah, it can go up. If Bitcoin gets to the 90s, I think we'd at least be up to 100% on this thing. So I do think this thing can climb. But I don't know if it's going to do as good as MicroStrategy. Again, it's a bigger cap. I just don't know if I'm as excited about coin, honestly. But it will play some catch up. And who knows? Maybe it gets, if we get to 92, maybe it goes even better and gets to 161. Or to, I'm sorry, the 430s or something, and a new all-time high, or at the previous all-time high of like 364, somewhere in between there, right? Or I'm sorry, no, that's right. 430. Yeah, so that'd be a great spot for it. But it could play catch up. I just don't know if it's going to do as well. I don't feel like it's going to, just because of it being a larger cap and not having as clean of a narrative. C-List, Joseph Mock, why try to make money on this channel? We try to make money. Yes, that's the goal. That is true. JR, do you think much will happen in crypto world until the election? Maybe it only takes off until after. That's the narrative. So the most popular narrative is nothing good is going to happen until after the election. So wouldn't it be funny if everything took off before, just like the seasonality tells us it's going to, for the election, for Bitcoin, for everything, for just regular markets in October? Wouldn't it just be weird if it just worked like it's always supposed to, and everybody had to chase? I'm seeing tons of revisions to the upside. I actually wanted to, I didn't even think about this. Let me see if I can find this real quick. One sec here. I'm trying to find something. It might not be easy. It was earlier. It's going to suck, isn't it? It's just trailing. Come on, CNBC. It's probably at a different show now, so I'd have to find the segment. I had a video. I wish I would have saved it. It was really good. I'll try and find it and talk about it tomorrow, but it was a really good video talking about all these revisions and economic data and with earnings already with companies and how great everything is looking. It was very exciting. So I might have to see if I can find that. JR, do you think much will happen in crypto world until the... oh, that was you. Pete, Invest Answers reported today that the Supreme Court has given U.S. government permission to sell $4 billion worth of Silk Road BTC. Do you feel this will dampen the Q4? Oh, that'd be great. That would get us to... that's beautiful. That is great. This is getting us exactly where I want it to. That would get us to 58 probably. I would love that. I hope that fucking happens. Let's see. Invest Answers, you said? Let me grab that. Thank you for indicating that. I really appreciate you. That's beautiful. All right, that's cool. That's really exciting. Let me bookmark that. So, yeah, I hope so. I'd love to get down to the 57 range. Again, that's kind of the plan. So if that can drop while stocks are taking off in the United States, while China kind of falters and gold starts to falter, I would love that. That would be the golden move, man. Get my hood up, get my PayPal up, get my Tesla up. Fuck yeah. Disease Kodak, everyone explain to your wife's girlfriend why we need Trump, Elon, RFK, and Vance. I did this today, and I think it changed her mind. Awesome, dude. I think it's important. Again, it's one of those things where women are most likely to vote for Kamala, and she's an idiot. So I'd hope they'd be smart enough not to, but they're also listening to mainstream media, carefully orchestrating a message to them. So if they don't step out of that bubble and you don't help them, they're going to stay in it. So that's really badass. Thanks for doing it, Disease. There's 300 of us. Can we make a difference? Yes, we can. In our own way, we can, man. And again, that we don't know what the ripple effect. Again, we don't know what the butterfly effect of that is. If 300 of us made a difference for a couple of people, can they make a difference? Can it be 1,000 people? Can that 1,000 people influence, a couple hundred more? Like, we could do our part. If we even changed 1,500 minds and they were in the right place, we could change the election. Imagine if everybody has that mentality that has much greater influence than I do, and that's giving a positive message and educating people on the truth. It could be huge. It could literally change the election. So that's the right way to look at it. I fucking love that. I love that way more than the people that are like, oh, they're just going to steal it again. Fuck it. Like, that's a lazy fucking attitude, man. That's a little bitch loser attitude, and I don't want to hear it. Alex Garcia, Disease Kodak, I tried, and that conversation didn't go well for me. Well, maybe bring Disease Kodak with you, Alex. Gosh, 2000, it's crazy. Or let them listen to me, and they could be like, that guy's an asshole, and then maybe they'll be like, oh, it's not so bad. You never know. But at least they can take out their anger on me instead of you. Cash 2000 said, it's crazy how all my university professors shit on Trump, Elon, and Vance, etc. It's so disgusting. They're indoctrinated to do that. When you have 80% of the people that go to these universities and that teach, they say those that cannot do teach, right? And unfortunately, I think a lot of academia is liberal Democrats that are indoctrinated by all the mass media and all this and this woke mind virus cult to all tell you the same thing. They all vote the same way, and that's just what you get. When you go to university, you got to realize you're getting a piece of paper that hopefully provides value in your life. Make sure that you make good connections there with people that are going to be successful and that people that are going to have positive lives like what you want, and savor those, because that's the best thing you'll probably get out of uni. And the rest of it, just realize they're trying to brainwash you, and understand that, and don't be a drone like the other people around you, and you're going to live a better life than them. Anthony C. Clear, saw the Theo Von show, fucking hilarious. Don't tell me that. Tell me it sucked. I'm going to literally be listening here's the thing. If I'm on Robotaxi day, you guys got to treat me really nice, okay? Because I'm passing up Theo Von to be able to share that experience with you. And if the stock takes a shit for any reason at the same time, I'm losing a ton of money while missing a fucking great show so that I can share this experience with you. So you guys will have to be nice to me. It's going to be a requirement, okay? And again, the market, and I'll be coming from a funeral. So please be nice to me on Thursday. French EV boy, Jesse, what are your price targets for MicroStrategy, Cypher, Clean Spark, brother? They're all kind of in there. I'll do something where I will label high-low on a lot of these charts that we talk about, the ones that I really care about, like the core group, like for the cycle out, like Bitcoin, MicroStrategy, Mara, CleanSpark, Cypher, Bitfarms, Tesla, PayPal, Hood, SoFi, Square, Palantir, ArcG, all the stuff I have, I've got to add some buttons. I got to put my other Stream Deck on here to the right of me. But all the stuff I have, I will start doing high-low targeting and things that are more popular. I'll try and give you an idea of where I think they'll settle in the next year and a half, when the global liquidity cycle comes to an end. How does that sound? I'll do that. Joanne Johnson, what do you think about Nike? I think it is a shoe stock that is getting its ass handed to it by Chinese companies that are flooding the market in a similar way to what they were going to try and do with their EV market, but have been unable to accomplish. So that's a lot. But I think that there's other Chinese companies that are just fucking destroying Nike right now. This is a bad chart for Nike. They have downturns, man, but they're during like economic disasters, like the pandemic for like maybe a minute. Well, actually not the pandemic, but like over here in 2015, 16, they rolled over. But this is a pretty deep one. Now, is it? Let's just look at this real quick. So we're going to do a fib retracement. We're going to do it through the whole life of this thing. Okay. It'll take a little bit of work to get this right. God, but you know what? I might have to eat everything I fucking said, at least from a technical level. This looks nice. Why? Because we bounced off the golden, really closely. And this might be off a little bit. I'd have to really go over here and line this up. Probably got to do something like this to make sure I get this right. It's probably like right there. All right. So it looks like we didn't even get to the golden retracement zone, and we bounced really fucking hard off of it. If we can get back, but again, we got rejected at the first fib. If we can get back up to this level and get above it, then I would say that this was the bounce off the golden retracement zone, and you already dropped 60%, and this is going higher. Sorry, I haven't looked at this in so long. It's really been fucking beat up. Now, let me look at the financials, though, because we need to understand this better. What are we at? 435. Okay. I think we got a lot done for an hour and a half. Probably call it in a little bit here, but this is fun. I think we're getting through some shit. All right, so let's look at finances. So new revenue is down 10% year over year. The forward PE is 28. The current PE is 23, so it's getting worse. I don't love that. It makes me think it could still go down. I saw somebody kind of believing in the company, insider trading, Q3 of 2023, buying more than selling. Institutional ownership is in decline. Short interest is not high because this company is not in danger of losing anything majorly, but it just has no growth anymore. And there's so much other shoe competition. So many good shoes out of China that don't cost a fraction, super light, comfortable. Like, is it the On brand or something? I don't know. There's a bunch of shoes. What do you guys think? Do you guys have any opinions on Nike? Fundamentally, I don't know how the business is doing. I always loved Nikes. I own a bunch of them. I own some Nikes, Asics, and a few other kinds. But is it the kind of company that's going to survive the onslaught from China? I don't know. So from a technical level, it should bounce if the fundamentals are good. That's my answer to you, Joanne. JR, did you ever? Oh, sorry. Did you ever check Hive? Maybe I missed it. I don't really look at Hive. Let's look at the financials on Hive. I didn't like the company. I don't know if it's doing better. But again, all this shit will go up. That's kind of the main goal. I don't know how much Bitcoin they have. Did they have any? Bitcoin holdings, they do a decent chunk, right? 2,500, if that number's still right. I don't know. This doesn't update as much. But let's see. What are they doing? Let me look at other metrics for these guys too. So maybe not as much share dilution. Let me do this. I want to go over to here, and then go down and look at what the updated miner sheet looks like. Because that's probably, I'm going to steal a little bit of my buddy's work here. Again, great guy. You should check him out. He's got the updated miner sheet. It looks like a PDF from 10.8. So this is a very new rendition of this PDF. And we can look in here at Hive. And again, subscribe to him. I don't show this very often. I'm trying to show it less and less and less because this is his work. I haven't been able to get things better in visual stocks because we just can't do monthly easily, it sounds like, which is a bummer because I'd like to really get some of my own metrics going. But I also don't want to put a lot of work into miners. I just made that decision. It's not worth my time. They all kind of go up. So like, why focus on it too much? But if we look here, they're selling Bitcoin, not a ton. 75 a month, it looks like. They've got their hash rate growing, which I love that. I love to see that they're still growing their hash rate. What I'd hate to see here, though, is they don't have really good expansion plans. Now, they're not diluting, so I guess that's good, but they're not going to get more energy efficient. They're getting less BTC per exahash by a pretty alarming rate if you go back to December of 2023. If you go back a year, look at this. They were getting 68 BTC per exahash that they had. Now they're getting 19.82. So again, they're kind of dying, I would say. They only got 112 Bitcoin. They used to get 282. And as this grows, and as these other miners like CleanSpark become more competitive, they'll just butcher them even more. Now this thing is only what's the market cap? 3 what? Let me look at it. Let me pull up the actual stock 1 second here. I got to remember to share these. I got so many stocks to add, guys. I'm going to save these and not close them this time, and I'll try and get them added. I've just got so much to do. If I miss some that I say that I'm going to add or that I pulled up and you guys want them added in the Discord, ask, and I'll get them added, okay? I work really a lot off the Discord list. Let's look up Hive. I think I got it. Yep, okay. Nope, that's broken. Let me go back in here. They probably, I don't know, do they have a different ticker over time? It's so hard to keep up. All right, so Hive looks like it's deeply in consolidation like the rest of these. It doesn't look much different from Cypher, honestly. And this looks like a really good consolidation zone. So I think really the big thing is drawing out a fib. So they're a $357 million market cap. It's not that high. Maybe I'll buy some other fucking miners. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe. Again, they all kind of go up, so it doesn't really fucking matter. But let me do this. I'll go down here from the low. I'll go up here to the high. I'll go down here to the low. That's pretty much the cycle, right? This is the last. This is the December 19th when it went up, double topped, went down. So this is the big picture. This really hasn't went anywhere. It's amazingly low and depressed, honestly. This thing in that amount of time. Let's look from its last low before this cycle started. This thing is only up 120%. That is painful underperformance. Now, I don't know if it's going to do as well as these others. I can't pretend like it is because there's just no growth. It's going to kind of die. It'll probably be acquired. I definitely wouldn't own options on it. Somebody else will probably just buy them if their equipment is even worth it. It's down 89% from last cycle's high. That still sucks. This is like a dead, if it was a shit coin, it would be a dead shit coin. So I've just got to say that. I've got to say that. It just doesn't look great. And let's go over here again and look at other things on this. Let's see what their equipment looks like. He has this listed as undervalued. And let's see what we have for miners here. We have miner speeds of, let's see here. Let's look at our totals too. So petahash, we have most of them in the 136,000 miner speed, doing 921 petahash for the S19K Pros. That's pretty good. It looks like they're getting, oh, I'm sorry, most of the hash now, it says as of December, was 1,266 petahash for 2,000 for the miner hash rate. And that's great, or 200,000, that's great. And then we've got more that are coming on here for July, September. So they're building up some faster hash rates for these guys. And let me just get back up here. Let me see what this one looks like. But yeah, I think the big problem is the lack of growth. They don't have a growth plan from here on out. They expanded a lot with fast miners, but they're not still doing that. And so I just don't think it's going to do as well. I don't, and I'm probably gonna stay away from it. Brian Thurm, BTC could pump if CPI comes in calm or cold. I agree. J Duff, Jesse, what's your price target for Tesla? It's high. I've said this one a bunch of times, but I'll add this to my list too of ones to show. But I kind of show it on here already. So it just for what's going to happen in the next year and a half, and I'm being very conservative because I've got a large multiplier in the options that I hold. But I think that we could go anywhere in the next year and a half to conservatively, I think in a year and a half, 2 years, by the time those options, well, I guess it's a year, well, it's June, right? So within 2 years, I think that Tesla will get to $600 or close. I do believe that. If I'm wrong, the very, 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 very worst case would be the 400 and 420 range at the previous high. But I think strongly that we can get up to like 590s. And then I also think for my really extended evaluation, by the time we start to get into 2026, mid 2026, my extended valuation, if the company really fires on all cylinders, is 882. Now, they would really have to be firing. We would have to see Optimus out and getting sold and actively moving around. We would have to see transportation with semis starting doing full self-driving and starting to get picked up in mass. We'd have to see energy firing off. We'd have to see FSD, robotaxis starting to occur in cities all around the United States and the world. We would have to see a lot of things firing off to hit that target. But I think if you say like 500 to 600 as a conservative base, that's the good target for Tesla over the next year and a half, 500 to 600. And that's huge money for me. It's massive money. It's millions and millions of dollars in gains for me. Probably 4 to 5 at least. The machine, Jesse. Okay. All right. Let me go back over here. Jesse, what are your prices? Oh, you already did that one. El Salvador. Elizabeth W. said, I just drive by MicroStrategy. John Mars says, El Salvador, track El Salvador. What do you want me to track? Just like the country as a whole? Is there a good ETF for El Salvador? Does anybody have one? I guess I've never even thought about that. Let me just look real quickly and see if we can find one. I don't even know if they have one, do they? They're such like a Salvador. Okay, good enough. I don't even know. El Salvador. So I don't know what this is. Like, these are German. Is there anything in the U.S.? You guys, let me know if you guys find any. Jesse, by any chance, can we get the charts on X? No, you can't. And here's why. It's not like I'm not trying to be a dick. It just sucks. When you put a thread in that's as long as required for the charts on X, I used to put it up here. It is fucking horrific to embed images in that and to even just copy and paste and to track that. The manual intervention required blows. It sucks donkey balls. So just from a sheer effort on my part, for now at least, I'm gonna say no. Go to the Discord for it. That's where it's so much easier for me to dump stuff and people to have conversations about all the investments I dump in there. Plus, it's beneficial to me and other people when they hop into Robinhood and can see Tommy's, work and can see like other things that are interesting or notable. And then again, to be able to pop into the chart and pull it up too. It's just easier to, and then if you find something, or like if you want to convey something, you can put it in here, and then everybody that cares about Hood or New or Palantir, they can talk about these things and have conversations about them. And so I think I think that's the better way to go for you guys and for overhead for me. Okay. I think I'm done for now, guys. I think so. We did a little over an hour and a half, and I felt like we moved and covered a lot of topics. And thank you to everybody that came. I think I'm probably going to quit probably right here. And again, I'll try and get those other things loaded in. If you guys have any requests, don't hesitate. You can add. So if you have requests for things for me to work on, I will get to them. I've just been a little behind on shit. But the suggestion box right up here is a great way to convey stuff. And then again, we'll work on it. Otherwise, I think you guys should have access to. There's an area called tickers to add. And maybe my wife she might take the stuff from the suggestion box and add it in. Looks like there's other people in here too. No, there's other people. So maybe, let's see. Yeah, so you can add in here. So tickers to add. And I'm actually going to put that, I'm going to move that up. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to move that way up. Because I want that to be much higher. Let me just get it up here. Can I move it? God dang it. Did I just fuck that up? Did I fuck that up? All right, I'll find that later. I'll figure that out later. But yeah, tickers to add or suggestions, those two areas, I'll put that at the top too. And then I'll get them added. And if like a chart's missing or you guys have requests, ask for that stuff in the Discord. I'll try and work on it when I have time, okay? And I'll try and get caught up with comments. I've been so busy. Like I said, thank you to the 2,300 plus people that are paying subscribers right now on YouTube, X, and Discord. It is just a huge fucking number, and I really appreciate it. It helps out a lot. And then eventually here, we are going to try. I've got to convince my wife. I'm going to try and do it later, maybe this week, to help me out with Decrypt and other stuff to get the chapters working on YouTube videos like I was talking about, and just getting this stuff better. But thank you again to the 2,300 people that are paying. I really appreciate you. Anyway, let's call it for the day here. Let's figure out a song. I got to pick a bunch of different songs, guys. I really need to get a new playlist. I'm gonna, with what's coming, I am really, really excited about the Robotaxi, and so we're gonna put the robot out and close it out with that. I love you guys. Talk to you later. See you guys tomorrow morning, probably around 7-ish tomorrow, maybe 7:15. All right, love you guys. Peace out. Bye.
Optimus, the robotic humanoid under development by Elon Musk's Tesla Inc., is sparking concerns around job security.
This is not financial advice, silly.
Robot just stole my job. I'm there like, oh my god. I blame it on Elon. He's taking all I got. Turned up to work and went to start my day. Was barely late, like 9:08. So took my coffee break. Then I got hungry, so I just stopped by the free buffet. But then to my dismay, I heard somebody say, "Attention humans, you have lost, you have not met your quota. Pack your belongings in a box, now it's over." Robot just stole my job. I'm there like, oh my god. I blame it on Elon. He's taking all I got. But I'm in management. I work hard every day. I need these benefits, health and 401k. How could they do this shit though? Where will I trade my crypto? I had a second monitor for Twitter. Where will it go? Somebody please stop the bus. I mean, not the fuss, but there's lots of us. And now you say you won't pay me to play ping pong because Optimus. I mean, who employs a damn humanoid? Some new droid for you to exploit, deploy to destroy your human droid. No lunch breaks, great, get a few deployed. Your time is up, human inferior to me. I'll take it from here, you're relieved of your duty. Robot just stole my job. I'm there like, oh my god. I blame it on Elon. He's taking all I got. Robot just stole my job. I'm there like, oh my god. I blame it on Elon. He's taking all I got. It's okay, human, please don't cry. You can always go and become a Twitter thread guy. Make pretty pictures with Midjourney on your new PC. Or make some YouTube videos about ChatGPT. Sucker. Robot just stole my job. I'm there like, oh my god. I blame it on Elon. He's taking all I got. Robot just stole my job. I'm there like, oh my god. I blame it on Elon. He's taking all I got. I mean, I didn't even write this song. I just used ChatGPT because it's way easier. Holy shit. We are so doomed. Robot just stole my job. Robot just stole my job.